people who take off on YouTube are the ones who know how to keep their mouths shut. Something you need to understand about YouTube. So YouTube has a lot of YouTube experts coming on the scene. There's TheirTube's YouTube video creators guy. I can't remember his name right now. There's a few of these guys and girls. There's such a big market for YouTube content creation. There's hundreds of thousands of avid YouTubers out there making videos. So you have a lot of people then, a lot of teachers stepping up to educate people on how to make their videos better, more engaging, to get more views, to get more reception. And a lot of these YouTube educators will delve into the analytics and try to make sense of the analytics in such a way that's going to help people to maximize the viewership, maximize the watch time of their videos. And they do this by mentioning things like, well, you got to put the right tags, you got to make sure you dress up your thumbnail appropriately, the time of day that you release a video, you got to watch where your audience is dropping off, where they taken off from the video, and you can get all this stuff, a myriad of information from YouTube analytics, and it's very, very complicated if you want it to be. The truth of the matter is, and I'm going to go for like a 90-10 rule here, 10% of the viewership that you get is going to be based on those things, and 90% is probably going to be determined by somebody at YouTube pressing the OK button, the green light button on your channel. Because myself and other people have spent hours and hours trying to figure out this algorithm, and for whatever reason, there's no code to be cracked. You can have the right thumbnails, you can have the right tags, your videos still don't end up in suggested videos, they still don't become search engine optimized in the way you would like them to. They're never going to get on the trending page, and the trending page is basically YouTube becoming TV. Now there's YouTube TV, there's YouTube Red, so YouTube is becoming more like a consolidated media agency, just like NBC, ABC, CBS. They're going to have their own shows pretty soon, and they're slowly, ever so slowly, squeezing out the guys who made them great, which is independent YouTube content creators. There I go saying the word content creation. Everybody knows who's been subbed to this channel for a long time. I hate the word content creation because it just, to me, it sucks the life out of what it is we do. It's not just that we're making content. We're bringing information to you. The word content, me and the word content, we don't get along. Let's not go into the details about that. So anyways, you have all these YouTube experts who, what they say makes sense, okay? If you do everything they say to a T, it's going to net you a bit more attention, but not a significant amount. Because at the end of the day, what I've found in my observations is that the people who take off on YouTube are the ones who know how to keep their mouths shut. And this video, unfortunately, is not conducive to my becoming a YouTube success story. I'll explain more about that in a minute. Now, you can be like a Casey Neistat and tell everybody to vote for Hillary Clinton, or you can be like a Wrangle Star and tell everybody to vote for Donald Trump. That's all fine and dandy, but what they don't want you to do is to really think outside that box. A classic example of this is my friend Brad over at Full Spectrum Survival, who is probably one of the most well-networked people in the preparedness community that I know of. I mean, he's been on so many different talks just in the year or so that he's been back. He took a bit of a hiatus there, but doesn't really promote any hardline political agenda at the same time. Otherwise, maybe if he was like a Mark Dice, a Young Turks, and Alex Jones, he might be getting more of a green light from YouTube to really grow as a channel and to have his videos suggested. Interviews a broad plethora of people, and he's not, explicitly promoting one agenda. That's why I think that his channel hasn't taken off yet, as well as this one. Now, if you look at the channel Primitive Technology, this is a bushcraft type primitive technology, as the channel states. Basically, it's a guy running around the woods with a loincloth building stuff. Each one of his videos get millions and millions of views within the first few hours of posting. Now, the only way that happens is if YouTube gives it the green light to to do that.
Alright, so the proof of what I'm saying here is evidenced when we go and look at Primitive Technologies page. Now, I gotta say, I really respect Primitive Technologies' knowledge of, bushcraft survival skills and stuff like that. So now that we've got all the obligatory accolades out of the way, let's look at the related channels on this page. Now, notice something about the related channels. There's absolutely nothing that relates to bushcraft, survival, and preparedness. Instead, the channels are the big YouTube TV channels. PewDiePie, Mr. Gear, the guy who cuts stuff with a hot knife. Grant Thompson, I'm not sure who that is, but I'm pretty sure he probably has millions of subscribers. So this is what I'm talking about with respect to the YouTube click. If YouTube was being sincere about, what was related, quote-unquote, content here, they would be putting bushcraft and survival channels in there. The fact that they aren't is an indication that they really want to corner and monopolize each genre with their own poster boy of sorts. People who are tried and tested as being politically safe. And I don't mean liberal necessarily. I mean politically safe as in they're either staunchly liberal or staunchly conservative, or they just don't really rock the boat that much, like I'm kind of doing right now. But this is plain as day to me, because on every other channel, YouTube picks the appropriate related channels. There's some kind of algorithm which is able to determine which channels most of your subscribers watch, and those channels are going to show up in the related channels feed. So it may well be that Primitive Technologies' audience is so broad in general that the same people who watch his videos are the ones who are also watching these big major YouTube videos. But you see, the thing is, the reason why that's happening is because YouTube is choosing to deliver his content to all the people who watch all the generic YouTube TV trending stuff. Ergo, all those related channels show up, even though they're entirely unrelated. In fact, a lot of these channels that are technology related are totally polar opposites to what Primitive Technology is trying to do.
It's not just an algorithm thing, it's not about tags, because the guy's not putting any amazing tags, he's not putting any amazing thumbnails, not using overly sensationalist titles. He makes great content like thousands of people do, but for some reason, his videos are the ones that are getting broadcast to the world. That said, a lot of other people do great things too, and they don't get that same amount of exposure. So why do they not get that exposure? Well, my theory about it is that he doesn't say anything in his videos. So it's a very safe bet for YouTube, and they pick and choose who is going to be representative in each of these genres, because there's some channels, they just go from like 0 to 100,000 subscribers in a couple months. The simple fact that they're bringing people into the survivalist prepping fold is great. As the saying goes, what's good for the goose is good for the gander. So I'm not complaining about that, but it seems as though the channels that are getting that little bit of help by having their videos shown in the sidebar here, or shown when you search for a video at the top of the list there, the ones that are being promoted are ones which are safe and that don't really rock the boat too much. Ones that are perhaps going to be marketable when YouTube goes all in with this YouTube TV thing, and it might even turn into a two-tiered service where they have their YouTube TV, which is basically the trending feed. If you go on the trending feed right now, you're going to see about 25 videos from all of the big YouTubers, from Philip DeFranco to PewDiePie to yada yada yada, all the top 25 YouTubers. You're gonna see maybe 3 to 5 videos that are weather anomalies or traffic issues. Guy almost gets hit by car. About 10 of those will be video game related things. Another 10 are going to be reaction videos. Usually it's reacting to watching other things that are on the trending feed. And maybe there's going to be 5 or 6 of the same whatever sort of political distraction or whatever sort of media distraction they have up there, like the whole Oscar thing. Oh, you know, they announced the wrong Oscar winner and this gets 5 million views like 6 or 7 times on the trending feed. You know, this is what we're concerned about in the modern day. And of course, I hope you guys realize that they do that on purpose. If you haven't seen the pattern as of late, almost every award show somebody screws up. That's how you bring attention to the award show. I mean, come on, it's plain as day. The trending feed is entirely controlled. Some people think, oh, it's such a complex algorithm, there's no way they could ever, you know, condense all the most important videos into that trending feed. Well, the trending feed is self-perpetuating. It's only 100 videos. Take 2 or 3 YouTube staff members, they could basically moderate that trending feed all day. And for the most part, it doesn't change by much. Maybe it changes by 15 to 20 videos per day that enter the trending feed and move out of the trending feed. That really is your YouTube TV. And it's self-perpetuating because people see it on the trending feed, so they go to watch it. It gets more views, it stays on the trending feed longer. Whether it's a cat video or somebody eating some gummy in the shape of a television set or whatever sort of asinine nonsense they can throw up to distract people from all the stuff that's really going on is what's going to be given the main stage on that trending feed. So it's very challenging in the modern day for you to be a successful YouTuber. Now, if you do want to, my suggestion is that be careful of who you network with, because I can guarantee you right now, if Primitive Technology came out and started doing shout outs to random channels who are not given the green light, he might find that his view counts start diminishing and diminishing. Now, this is how the world works. It's just how it is. I'm not complaining about it. There's nothing that me making a video about it is going to do to change it. In fact, it might actually bump me back in the search engine optimization. At least you know when you come to this channel that you're getting somebody who has not been bought, somebody who is going to be as honest as they can possibly be about the things they see in the world without totally screwing up their YouTube channel. And believe me, I could be far more honest than I am right now, but I have a boundary with that I've learned. And it's important to have that boundary. It's okay to do a video like this once in a while, but you know, for the most part, I like to keep it about prepping, survival. But let's be honest, you know, little things like this, when we're talking about media consolidation, there are implications for survival, because that's a trend that extends beyond social media, the consolidation of power and the power of information in the hands of a few. And if people are assuming that YouTube is this democratic place where you can put out a video and your video has an equal chance of being seen as somebody else's video who has been chosen by the establishment, well, you know, that's deceptive and that's false and that's misleading. It's important that we call out to the social media monopoly when it begins to really erode the rights and freedoms of the individuals who watch it. And it does that by creating the illusion that everything is okay. When you go to that trending feed and there's nothing in there about serious things that are going on in the world, you have to wonder. I mean, you should wonder. You know, you really should. I hate saying you should do anything, but man, you really should think about what the purpose of that is. Why aren't they telling you informative things? It's not like people are, you know, not going to watch it if they don't deliver it in the right way. I mean, they could talk about a lot of serious issues in a way which was engaging to people, but they're not doing that. So it makes you wonder, what are they distracting you from? Go and read a book called A Brave New World, and you might have a better understanding of that. Thanks for watching. Canadian Prepper out.